Hello, everybody. It is me, Peep Peep, and I was kind of bored, and I thought we should rank the characters based on if you were born as them, would you be able to survive? You know what I'm saying? This is my opinion. Feel free to state yours. I don't know. I'm bored, and I'm a little sick, so ignore my voice. I can't help it. All right, let's start off with Poppy. If you were born as Poppy, would you be that well off? I feel like you would have a good time. I don't know why, but I think it's because when you go into the game, it's like choose Poppy or Boxton. Actually, it's probably average. It's kind of I'm mixed in the middle where I'm like I feel you're probably not the best off. You know what? I'm gonna say B. I feel like you probably wouldn't have the worst experience, but you don't have the best. Same thing with Boxton. You're kind of average. You're definitely gonna live a decent life. I know you're gonna turn twisted because of everything that happened, but let's just say without the shutdown. Astro, you're a main character. You're gonna have the main characters have it the best, but they still don't have it the best. Let's be real. Uh, main tunes, any event tunes are literally the worst. You get shoved into a hole, and that's it. You're just in a hole. Okay, so all event tunes, I'm sorry, but you know your fate. You're getting shoved into the basement. Okay, is that all of them? Also, I know Blot isn't here because obviously this Blot is coming out tomorrow. So, Brightney. I think you have an average chance. You'll probably survive long enough, but you're not super important to. When it comes to Finn, I think you have decent importance because you're probably in the fish area, right? Connie, honestly, I would say she's gonna do pretty great. I don't think she has to eat. You know what? A tier. She probably doesn't have to eat. I don't think. Does she have to eat? I don't know. I feel like the way that she is, she's well off. She's well off. Cosmo probably has it the better than the average Toon, just because he's close to a main character and his importance is with the main character. And Sprout, he's A tier because he's the main. Um, Pebble, I'm gonna be real with you. I think he might be honestly, yeah, maybe. Well, I think these two would have it the best next to Connie, just because they both know Dandy really, really well compared to everybody else. Because the other mains, sure, they they know Dandy the best, but and V is a robot, but she still isn't above them. But Connie's just a ghost, so she just has a different ability than. Flutter, I think she'd probably be in the bottom over here. Uh, I think you're pretty well off when it comes to GG because you can gamble and you get random items, so I think it's great. Glisten, uh, hmm, I'll be real with you. I don't think he has that best of a chance, just of how he is, and if you have the same personality as him. But I also feel like he's not treated that well, so I'm gonna say a little lower. Actually, I'll put her down here too. Ooh, I think you have a pretty good advantage, just because I feel like people like you quite a bit, and you could help others possibly. That's a good thing, right? So I think you could do really well off when it comes to maybe having your survivability. I don't know. Louis, you were in the circus trio, so I feel like you have a yeah. Oof. The circus trio, I would put all three of them right here. Your survivability is probably not the best. You probably don't get treated as well because if you know anything about the circus, they get mistreated like a lot, a lot. So of course, a lot of circuses don't do animal stuff anymore, but you just gotta understand, being in the circus has always been a wild thing. So even if they're happy, I personally think they probably get mistreated quite a bit. So Razzle and Dazzle, you're the bottom as it goes because you two are combined. You're combined with somebody else, your sibling, and people are gonna treat you really weirdly. And kids can be really brutal, especially if parents don't teach them correctly. So you're gonna be made fun of, and they kind of want to join the circus duo, like trio, or be the fourth, I guess, because they were talking about maybe joining the circus. I don't know. But they do their own thing, theater. But at the end of the day, I feel like you would not have that well off of a life because of Razzle and Dazzle are combined and people are brutal. And I just feel like the people who take care of them, the toon handlers, would not be very well off of them. Roger, I want to put them above the circus trio, but I feel like overall, you know what? I'm gonna keep him there. The reason why is because Roger, nobody likes him really. A lot of the dialogue, people don't really like Roger at all. They find him very annoying. He's very pushy, I guess, and he wants to know the details. It's like his whole thing. It's his job to know this. People don't like him. I personally see that a lot of toons don't like him at all. So if you even have your own toons not liking you, oof, yeah, it's gonna be tough. I definitely think there are ones who do like him, but there's a lot who just don't like Roger. So I definitely think you're C tier. If you were born as Roger, good luck. If you're born as Scraps, I feel like they'd take care of you because kids love you. You're paper craft. You're gonna get pretty good service, I would think, right? You're gonna get taken care of more than the average. Shrimpo, literally, you were as bad as a kid next to literally the event tunes just because nobody likes him. Everybody thinks he's annoying. He's aggravating, and he just prays for everybody's downfall, basically. So, at the end of the day, Shrimpo, I'm sorry. You are in the bottom. You suck because nobody likes you, but I love him. I'm just saying, your survivability is low. Tegan, hmm. I think the bottom of A tier. I feel like since she's like higher class, she might be treated better, but at the same time, I kind of want to put her on high B tier. Just because I don't know what her role is in the whole thing. She's just kind of there for tea parties, so I guess she has a lot of importance. So you know what? Below Scraps, I think she's good. If you're Tisha, I feel like you're gonna be treated like crap. Honestly, I was gonna put her on A, but I mean S. But now that I think about it, you're gonna get treated like crap. You were like up above Roger. You're gonna get treated like crap. You're gonna clean up everybody's garbage, and it's frustrating, and they don't care. So if they had to clone any character, which I feel like they cloned a lot of them, Tisha's the first to be cloned. Why not? Why? Because they need more people to clean. So obviously, if you're Toodles, honestly, it's a mixed bag. I feel like people are gonna love or hate you, but overall, you're probably gonna be treated well enough by everybody else that even if the toon handlers and certain adults are jerks, you're gonna get a pretty good treatment above like everybody else. I feel like you'd be close to Cosmo. So your best bet, I would say, just be Connie. Just be born as Connie. Let me know. Do you disagree? Do you agree? I don't know. It's just a fun little thing. Kind of makes me think a little deeply about the lore. Um, I guess if you could do anything, you could say that poor Bassie would be on the bottom, but I didn't really organize these characters correctly, I guess. It's just they're just all at the bottom, but I don't know if there's really an organization. I don't think any of them would get mistreated. It's just the only one that would be Bassie because they're trying to replace her. But I think other than that, nobody has gripes against you. It's just your survivability would be kind of trash. So I think your worst bet would probably be Bassie. Uh, but also not really. It's complicated. I don't know. Maybe yes or no. Let me know. Obviously, being Shrimpo would be a tough challenge. Anyways, thank you all so much for joining me for the most random video ever. I make more Danny's World stuff. You could totally subscribe. And, yeah. A lot, like I said, would be literally right here, too. So, goodbye.